Hello and welcome to a new lesson. In this lesson we will learn how to host a website on a different port using port-based virtual host. First of all, we will go to the Apache configuration file. It should be /etc/httpd/conf/httpd.conf and enter. And from here you'll press on Ctrl W and you will search for listen and then 80 and enter. You can see here that we have it listening on port 80, so we will add another one. We will type listen, and for example I will make it 8080, and after we have finished you will save the file. And by this action I have made the Apache to listen on two ports. The first one is 80, which is the original port of the Apache, and the second one is 8080, the one that I have just added. The next step will be going to the directory etc/httpd/conf.d and enter. In here I will create a file by the name, for example here I will make it example org80.conf and enter. And in this file I'll create a port-based virtual host, and of course the virtual host that I will create here will be written by the httpd.conf because I'm inside the confd directory. So I will paste the port-based virtual host, and you can see that here the port-based virtual host, here I have the IP of the website, and after the two dots I have added the new port that I want the Apache to listen to, which is 8080. So now I'll save the file, but before saving there is a small note, is that in here you can remove the IP and just add a star. For example, if you just make it like this, star and then 8080, it will be acceptable. And this is done if the website doesn't have a static IP, but in our case I will make it with the IP number, and then I will save and enter. The next step will be going to the directory var www.html/var/www/html and enter. In here I'll make a directory, a new directory, example org8080 and enter. And I'll create an index file inside this directory. And then /index.html. And I'll press enter. And from here I'll paste this code, and you will find it in the notes. And then I'll save. Okay, now the next step will be restarting the Apache service. It has successfully restarted. Okay, now we will have to modify in the iptables file etc/sysconfig/iptables and enter. And from here, as you can see, we have to the port 80, so we will add another line. So I will copy this line first, and then I'll get in the insert mode. Sorry about that. From here I'll press enter to get down one line, and I will paste the line, and in here I will just add another 80 And by that I have added another rule, is that I'm telling the IP table to, or the Apache, to listen to port 80 and to port 8080. Sorry, I mean by that I have allowed the IP table to allow listening to port 8080. And now I'll save and enter. So now I'll try opening the browser. Sorry, I mean I will restart the IP table service first. Service IP tables, restart, and then enter. It has successfully restarted. Now let's try opening the browser, and in here I'll type HTTP, then 2 dots, 2 slashes, the IP number, and then 2 dots, and then the port that we have just added, and enter. And you can see here that it has successfully logged in to the website. And of course, if you try it by the domain name itself, from here you type example.org and then 8080 and enter. It will also enter to the website. And if you type example.org, it will enter, but you see there is a difference here because of the difference in the index file that we have made. And by this lesson we have seen the port-based virtual host. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.